Carl is with us. He's live from Hanoi, Vietnam, of course, a country at the center of what we're taking a look at here in terms of the multinationals that may be choosing to move their supply chains out of China, given the tariffs already in place and the threat of future tariffs into Vietnam. Carl.
Hey, David. Yeah, I see Navarro's on the tape even as we speak, saying that he wants a rock-solid relationship between the U.S. and the EU. Says the U.S. is achieving great things in trade despite some bumps. That's from the U.S. trade rep. We showed you the factory story here in Vietnam in the last hour, and next hour we're going to show you more of the infrastructure story. But I wanted to just take one moment to explain how interesting it is when you get a country that sees a spike in production on the manufacturing side, how that affects the services business, because all of these plants and customers need lawyers and real estate brokers and office space. WeWork is having a field day here in Hanoi. CBRE, of course, is the very large real estate management firm. We talked to one of the directors there who said what's different now is that the foreign direct investment is coming not from the Koreans or the Japanese so much, but from the Chinese themselves.
Mostly, our observations is companies from Asia, and specifically companies out of Hong Kong and mainland Chinese, has been the major groups that been especially looking at Vietnam the past 6 months or so. And that's new because previously for Vietnam, our main foreign direct investment sources are from South Korea, from Japan, with Samsung a major contributor to the FDI scene in Vietnam.
It doesn't take a private eye to figure out the connection between why that foreign direct investment might have shifted in origin and the trade war we're seeing right now. As for rent increases, guys, Anh Nguyen of CBRE said 10% rent increases year on year, completely commonplace. And in some areas of large urban centers where demand is really intense, 40% increases in rent in 1 year. That's how much they're just betting on long-term plays, building new industrial parks, securing the land, which, by the way, we should mention in a communist country is kind of an ordeal, hence the need for all of those lawyers and bankers. Guys?
So, Carl, when you hear people say, can Vietnam be the next China? Can it be the world's factory? Is that an exaggeration, or can that really happen?
I think it's awfully ambitious, Sarah. I mean, you and I understand how it might be doable in some categories where there's highly fungible supply chains, like in clothes. But to train an army of millions and millions of workers who can operate highly sophisticated equipment and assemble, I don't know, an iPhone, highly intelligent automobile components, that's going to take years. And an ongoing commitment from the government and customers throughout economic cycles, throughout global slowdowns. So I'm not arguing that Vietnam is wrong to reach for it, but in those high key categories, I just think the consensus is it's going to be a very ambitious ride.